Yeah. Pop in, burning like this, ain't checking my wrist. Third is my shift. Rolling all night like flex. We look at the clips, these credits are lit. Stacking miles, I'm far away from home. I got what I wish for. Taking that risk, I'm checking my list.
Good morning, everybody. So today is May 11th, and it's the last day of home time. Had a really nice weekend. I was really trying my best to get home for Mother's Day. That was like the main goal, and I made it happen. Normally I get home on Fridays, and I usually leave out Sunday afternoon, so that way I can get to the receiver, get parked, and I can take a 10-hour reset. And that way I can get my Monday morning started fresh. Unfortunately, because I didn't get home until Saturday around lunchtime, that's not going to happen. But I got a lot of stuff accomplished for sure. But we're here at the house. I've got a little bit of grocery shopping left I got to get done. I picked up some stuff yesterday. There's Harley. Say good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Okay. So yeah, I picked up some stuff yesterday from Walmart. I really didn't get nearly as much as I normally get, but I'm not going to be out as long this time. So today when we get out, we got a couple more places to go. Usually, there's my beautiful wife, Laura. Say good morning, everybody.
As soon as I take a bite of food.
Good morning, YouTube. She does not like being on camera. But how could I not share my beautiful wife on video?
Oh, thank you.
She's gonna be pretty mad at me later for putting her on camera, but it's okay on here. I'm trying to get her to come out with me on the truck, but she says that's never gonna happen, but we'll see. All right, you guys, we are here at the Love's truck stop. My wife just dropped me off. Got everything put inside the truck, and we are ready to get going. Got a trip down to South Florida. Pre-trip inspection has been completed. And now this is the hard part where I got to tell my wife goodbye for a couple of weeks. Got to say goodbye to the missus. I love you. I'll call you in a little bit. It's always the hardest part, but she's very supportive. She's been a trooper. She knows this is what I love to do. It's my passion. And yeah, I'm very, very blessed to have a very supportive wife of 23, going on 24 years. All right, so like I said, we've got everything set up. I'm gonna do a kind of a truck tour maybe a little bit later, but kind of get an idea of what we're working with. Got everything nice and clean, nice and organized. Yeah, we're ready to go. We're gonna go inside Love's. We gotta get some drinks, y'all. I don't know about you guys, but I have got a serious love for Monster energy drinks. I try to only drink one a day, and I stick with the sugar-free ones. But man, when I was in the Army, that was something that I looked forward to when we would go out into the field for training, or if we were lucky enough to get them every once in a while we were deployed. As I've gotten older, starting to really watch my sugar intake and trying to get, you know, better health and all that. So switched over to the sugar-free ones, and they got this blue Hawaiian, you guys. Oh my goodness, that is my new favorite. This is one of the reasons why I love Love's so much. I just think they have better stuff. Let's see, medium, fill the cup. This video is probably not gonna be my best, but it's my first. So I got a lot of editing to do. Got the coffee, now I just need the Monster energy drinks. It's buy two, get one free, so we will take part in that. All right, you guys, we made it here finally to Pocahontas, Florida. It's 1:30 in the morning. I don't think anybody is open. I don't think anybody's here, but I'm trying to figure out where I need to park. It's like a distribution center, and kind of see what I'm talking about. So my truck's over there, and let's see if you can see it. I'm trying to figure out. This is a new camera that I got. I'm trying to get used to all the controls, but I parked over here. I got my doors open. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to go into this first dock, because all these other trucks over here, these are all refrigerated. So I don't know if like over there is for dry freight and that's for refrigerated over here. I don't know. So we'll see what's up. I'm gonna go in here and see if anybody is working, and if not, I'm just gonna go back into that first dock. And I've got one cooler for this drop. Literally, that's all I brought with me. Receiving hours, 3 a.m. to 1 p.m. So I'm gonna park and we'll come back and check. But there was a horrible accident on 75 southbound, right at the like 324, 325 mile marker. And we were sitting there for like 45 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. And then supposedly another horrible accident happened behind us. And there was probably at least 4 or 5 ambulances, about the same fire trucks, and I can't even tell you how many cops passed by. But let's see if I can show you what I got. I've got one cooler, and it's kind of hard to tell because the lighting's not that great, but it's basically like a sushi cooler that you would see at like Publix or Walmart. I brought this one cooler all the way from Iowa, all by itself, to this distribution center. It's not uncommon. I mean, we do it from time to time. Usually we'll have at least 6 to 10 coolers, but hey, I get paid the same, so it's whatever. I always have light weight. I never really carry that much weight unless it's on a backhaul. And so I do pretty good on fuel, do really good on time. I'm usually always early to my appointments, and I'm not complaining. I guess we're gonna go ahead and get settled in, man. I'm gonna watch some TV, get something to eat, and relax. All right, you guys, so it is the end of this shift. It is technically the next day. It's 2:30 in the morning, and I got here at about 1:30. I should have been here closer to about 12:30, but that horrible accident on 75 South had us delayed by about an hour. And while we were sitting there, I don't know how far back, but a couple people came over the radio and said that there was another accident behind us. And you could see ambulances and fire trucks going in both directions, and there were several of them. So, you know, I'm just praying for the people that were involved in that accident, and that hopefully they made it out of that alive. I'm sure it did delay me by an hour. I'm still going to be fine for my delivery. I had an appointment window from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. I'm here, I'm parked, I'm backed into a dock, so we'll be fine, but we're definitely going to have a late start for tomorrow as far as picking up our reload and heading back north to Iowa. I just really wanted to talk more about the purpose of this channel for me, and kind of where I see it going, and what my intent is for the content creation, and really wanting to build a community within this channel, so that way I can connect with a lot of you guys in the trucking industry and build some relationships. You know, to kind of give you guys a brief snippet of my story, and I'll kind of do like if you guys want me to, I'll do more of a full kind of longer video about this later. But I'm 43 years old, from Florida, and I'm happily married, and man, just super blessed to have been given such an amazing wife that has been my biggest supporter over the last 23 years. I say that because I never really knew what I wanted to do as far as like a long-term career outside of the military. And I joined the Army back in 2009, and unfortunately I was medically retired after a couple of deployments overseas to Afghanistan and Iraq back in 2015. Unexpected. I had no idea. It was really quick. You know, normally if you know anybody in the military, or maybe you were in the military, when you get medically retired, it can take sometimes like 6 months to a year. Mine, from the time that I found out until the time that I was actually retired on paper, it took about 3 months. So trying to figure out like what I was going to do and what I wanted to do, I didn't really have a whole lot of time. And we prayed on it, you know, and I really just kind of left it 100% into God's hands. And when I was going through my exit briefing, an organization called Troops into Transportation came in to talk with us, and I found out that I could use a small portion of my GI Bill to pay for CDL school. And it's something that I thought about. It was always kind of like in the back of my mind, because my dad is a truck driver and still is to this day. He's been driving over 30 years, and my grandfather was also professional truck driver, and he drove for over 40 years. So I've been around it kind of my whole life, but you know, being married with a family and having young kids, I didn't really think that it was conducive to our lifestyle at the time. And honestly, I didn't think that was something my wife would have been, you know, game for, supportive of. And she was like, look, you know, you don't have anything else lined up. It's something that you've always been interested in. Obviously it was meant to be, because it worked out perfectly. And that's what I did. So I went to Miami, I completed the CDL school. I ended up getting my first truck driving job with a company called TMC Transportation, and it was amazing. Great company, really organized, you know, really driver driven. It was just a well-oiled machine, right? And for somebody coming out of the military, going into an organization like that, I felt like it was just a really good fit. About a year after I started working for TMC, you know, you start to learn things, you pick up on things, you know, for somebody who's ambitious like I am, once I kind of figured out that, like, you know, becoming an owner-operator on paper wasn't really that difficult. And I felt like I gained enough experience and enough knowledge from that 1 year of working there that it was something that was attainable that I could do. Well, I ended up doing a walkaway lease program with another company called Interstate Distributors. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I didn't do it for very long. I did it for about 7 months, and I didn't quit because I wasn't successful at it. I was actually pretty successful at it during that time, but we did realize that it just wasn't a really good time because my children were so young. I'm the type of person that's like, I'm 100% or nothing, right? And because of where we lived at in Florida, it really required me to stay out for at least 2 to 3 weeks at a time in order to book the right loads that was going to allow me to make the amount of money that I wanted to make. So, you know, my wife and I talked about it, and we decided that, you know, it would be better for me to try to get a local job. And I tried to find a local truck driving job, but just nothing where I lived at that I could find paid good at all. So I ended up going into sales with GMC, and I did really well. I was with the same dealership for about 7 years. I was their top salesperson every year except for 1 year. And I reached the pinnacle of what you could reach in that position. I was Mark of Excellence Customer Service Award winner every single year that I was there, and it was really good. But it got to a point to where I just got really tired of dealing with the politics, dealing with the drama, dealing with you know, the semantics of just having to constantly be a people pleaser. And I kind of bounced around from job to job to job. Now, I never went without a job, and we never went without. If there's one thing that I've always been really good at, that's making money. But sticking with one place, I just could not find anything that I was like passionate about, even though I was really good at it. So, long story short, my youngest daughter got pretty sick last year, and I had to take her to a lot of different doctors. And kind of towards the end of her illness, trying to figure out what was going on, we ended up having to take her to the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. And I was just missing so much time from work from my last job that it was causing problems, and that had to end. So I went about 3 months where I was technically unemployed, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And after a lot of praying on my knees in my closet, just crying out to God, you know, I asked for him to just completely surrender everything to him, and ask him, you know, show me what I'm supposed to do. And I didn't get an answer right away, I'll be honest with you guys. It took about 3 or 4 weeks, and a good friend of mine from church, who had asked me actually a few times over the last year and a half maybe, you know, but he knew I was a truck driver, and you know, he kept kind of saying, you know, hey man, you know, if you ever want to get back into the industry, I can get you a job with a really good company, really good family. It's a small family-owned company, and you know, I think you'd be a good fit for it. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up reinstating my CDL license. I actually thought that I had gave it up and that I couldn't get it unless I like went back through CDL school. But believe it or not, I don't know if it's just Florida, I was able to go to the DMV, pay about $150 and reinstate my license, and that was it. I had it the same day. So I rode with him up to Iowa. I met the owner of the company, and that following week, I was back in a truck on my first load. And I'll never look back ever again. I love OTR life. I love traveling all over the United States. I love every single thing about this job. And there's no way to say it without it sounding kind of cheesy, but like, it's for me. We have figured out how to make it work with our family now. My daughters are much older. My oldest daughter is married now. And my youngest daughter is a junior in high school. So what I do is I take off the first week of every month, an entire 7 days altogether, and then I stay out for 3 weeks. It works out perfect for our family. But in my heart and in my just like the burning desire to want to be an owner operator. Not to say that there's anything wrong with this company, it's just my goal and it's what I've always wanted to do. So all that being said, I know I kind of went on, it's a long video. This is going to document my everyday life out here as a truck driver. I want to share that with all of you guys. For the people who are either up and coming, maybe you're thinking about becoming a truck driver and you're kind of hesitant to take that first step, I want to show you what I deal with every single day out here. Everything, literally, from the time that I wake up until the time I go to bed. I want to show you what it's like, okay? We're going to talk about the good, we're going to talk about the bad, the frustrating, the ugly. We're going to talk about pay. We're going to talk about dealing with shippers, receivers, customer service, because it's very important, right? And then we're also going to talk about transitioning over into becoming an independent contractor or an owner operator and what the different options are to do that. You've got your conventional owner operator scenario where you get your own authority, you get your own DOT numbers, and you're doing it 100% by yourself. And then you have the option to where you take your truck and you lease it on to a company, right? And in that scenario, sometimes, you know, they have their own loads and they're dispatching you, and you're not having to go on a load board and you're not having to book your own loads, and you know, they're providing you with the gas card, you're under their insurance still. So there's different options. And we're going to talk about buying a truck or leasing a truck or possibly doing a lease purchase program or a walk-away lease, right? These are all things that I'm contemplating right now of what I want to do and how I want to do it. I've got enough money saved up to where I could go out and I could put a down payment on a brand new truck, or I could buy a pre-owned truck, or I could go through a company like Lone Mountain, which is what I'm strongly considering, and doing a lease purchase. So if you guys are interested in any of that, and that sounds like something that you would like to hear more about, please do me a favor. Help me grow this channel. If you could subscribe, like the video, if you got anything out of it, or if it sounds like anything you'd like to see more of. And the big one is comment. Please let me know if there's any questions you have, anything that you want to talk about. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know everything. I'm not a super trucker. I've not been doing this that long. Actual time on the road, behind the steering wheel, doing the thing, I've got about 2.5 going on 3 years, okay? But I know a lot of people in the industry that has been doing it a lot longer than I have. And if I don't have the answer, I will get you the answer, okay? If you're not consistently learning something out here every single day, then you have got relaxed and you probably need to get out of the truck and get out of this industry, because there is always something new that you can learn and you could always do a better job out here, all right? So let's see if I can zoom in on it. So right there's the leak. It's not much, but it's coming from the differential. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. And have a little bit of splatter on the airbags. So we're gonna get it fixed here today. You see up in here. I've tried to get it fixed locally while I'm sitting here at the receiver. They said they were cool. They didn't mind if I had a mobile mechanic come out, but I can't get anybody to come out. So I don't know. We're going to try to go to a TA or a Love's and see if they'll fix it for me. And that's my plan for now. We'll see what happens.
Say it louder, say it louder. Feel the moment, feel the power. Bring the animal back to life. Bring the energy one more time. If you feel like letting go, you can take control. You can turn this all to something beautiful where you feel life gets you down, 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 gets you down.
All right, you guys. I got the trailer disconnected. Right now they're loading it up with pallets of some type of pellets. I'm here in Lakeland, Florida. We got some really gnarly weather moving in. I keep having the tornado warning going off on the CB. So as soon as I get my paperwork, I'm gonna haul butt over to the TA in Tampa so I can get the tractor into the shop, and hopefully they can get these rear differential seals replaced and get me back on the road pretty quick. I know it's wishful thinking, but I'm saying a prayer and I'm leaving it in God's hands, because at this point it's literally all I can do, right? So I try not to really stress out here as far as, you know, things that I can't control. And all right, you guys, so when it rains, it pours. And literally it's about to start storming. We've got thunderstorms forecasted for the rest of the night going into tomorrow here in Tampa, Florida. I called up here when I was on my way to the shipper just to check and see what the wait looked like, and they had nobody. She said if I could get there, you know, within the next hour or so, they could probably get right to me. But by the time I got here, there was already 7 trucks ahead of me. So I think we're gonna be here definitely the rest of today, and knowing my luck, probably tomorrow, which really sucks. I don't even fully know exactly what's going on with the truck, other than there's some type of leak where the differential is at. I don't know where or where exactly it's coming from or what's going on internally, but it doesn't sound good. I can definitely feel a difference. Something's going on. check some things out. And y'all gotta bear with me because this is the first time that I'm using all of this new equipment, so I don't exactly know how this is gonna turn out, but I guess we'll find out together. A lot of people in the trucking industry get internet while they're out on the road. There's quite a few different ways you can go, but for me, I like to use Starlink. I found a brand, a company online called Veritas Vans, and they make, from what I can tell, the best accessories and equipment for Starlink. So this is the Starlink Mini. This is a case that the Starlink sits in. It's pretty indestructible. Completely waterproof. So you can see here's the back of the Starlink. Industrial grade suction cups with the pumps, and then an extra security cable so it can't be stolen, and if for whatever reason it comes detached, it ain't going nowhere. I have it connected and bolted into the truck. Going through a regen, which it does pretty much whenever you idle, and I idle a lot. I don't have an APU on this truck, so when I get going at the beginning of my rotation, from the time that I get going until the time I get home, which is usually 2 or 3 weeks, this truck never turns off. And it's not great for the truck, but the company doesn't want to put APUs on the truck, and I keep all my food and everything in here because I'm living in a truck, so it's got to stay turned on, so that way my food can stay cold and batteries don't die if I leave it turned off for too long. So I'm going through and just checking all the tires, making sure that I don't see any visible cuts or abrasions. Looking to make sure that the tire tread depth is good. Recently, probably about maybe 2 months ago, I had to get new tires put on here. These are recaps, which I don't like to run, and normally we don't, but I was about 1,800 miles away from our terminal and had to get them, so hopefully these will last a while. They're notorious for blowing out fairly quick, but as long as you keep the right PSI in them, which I keep them at about 100 to 105 on recaps, which normally on brand new virgin tires I'll keep them at around 110, 105, 110.
Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. Hey there, what you drinking? 2 shots, let's pour it out. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, and one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. not going that way. Oh, now make it last. Make it last to the break of day. No matter what people say, live life in a fast lane. Double shot for the gifted, triple shot for the pain. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. Hey there, what you drinking? 2 shots, let's pour it up. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. Don't look at the past, no, we're not going that way. Oh, now make it last. Make it last to the break of day. No matter what people say, live life in a fast lane. Double shot for the gifted, triple shot for the pain. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life.
Alright you guys, I am on my way to Baltimore, Maryland. Got that load picked up. I'm stopping at a Love's truck stop in Monmouth, Illinois, so I can get a shower. I was not able to get one last night or the night before, just due to how my clock worked out and the way my pickup times were for these deliveries. So I could wait until I stop tonight, but I'm not going to do that because I feel gross and I don't want to drive another 9 hours without having a shower and feeling fresh up. So, plus I didn't get to have coffee this morning and your boy needs some caffeine, so I'm not in any really big rush. I've got plenty of time. This load doesn't deliver till Monday morning, and it's Friday early afternoon, so that's what we're gonna do. But I told you guys, I want to give y'all the real, like, behind the scenes, raw trucker life experience for over the road. And that's just how it works out sometimes. So, now I do carry things with me in the truck for situations like that. As a retired Army guy who was in the infantry, I spent many nights out in the field without being able to take a shower, and you get used to having to take baby wipe baths and things of that nature. So I don't do well with stench, even on myself. I don't like it, don't do it. So I carry all of the essentials out here to make sure that I'm staying as clean as possible, because I'm a little OCD. Anybody you know that knows me, that you talk to, will tell you that.
On East Washington Street.
I don't do clutter. I don't like being unorganized, and I do not like feeling nasty. So, all right, you guys, we are back on the road. I got my shower, I got my coffee, I got all the good things that I wanted out of the truck stop, but man, I completely forgot to take my camera inside with me. I had got a phone call when I was turning into the truck stop, and after I had got parked, I was just got distracted. So, but the Loves in Monmouth, Illinois is one of my favorite Loves to stop at. It's extremely clean. It's one of the newer ones. Always has parking, and it's just very well stocked with everything that you can need. So if you're ever in the area, that is definitely a good one to stop at, right off of US 34. So, but I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to stop at yet. I'm feeling really good, man. I feel so refreshed now that I got a shower and got some coffee in me. I don't feel like stopping anytime soon. I think I'm going to ride out my clock and kind of just see what happens. So,
good morning, YouTube. It is 7:37 Saturday morning. I had a pretty quiet night here at the Speedway in Knightstown, Indiana. No complaints as far as that's concerned. I would not probably park here again unless I absolutely had to, mainly just because the parking lot is pretty jacked up. There's tons of potholes, very large sized craters towards the back, and there's not a lot of lighting back there. And the way you come in, you have to go, if there's no spots up front, you got to go all the way around the back and then come to the other side where I'm at. And it's almost impossible to avoid those craters. So other than that, it's pretty dirty. It's kind of typical for one of the, in my opinion, like the not popular truck stops. Just, they don't keep it clean, and unfortunately these truckers that park here just leave trash everywhere. So at one point in time, this was probably a really nice truck stop. It's sad that, you know, people can't pick up their own trash, throw it in the trash can. I don't understand it. But we do have some weather rolling in. I checked the forecast. I'm probably going to go through a little bit of it. I can see lightning and stuff in the distance, but nothing that I'm like concerned about. So I've got about 480 miles until I get to the Pilot in Hagerstown, Maryland, where I'm going to stop to take the 34-hour reset. And I'm hoping that traffic is not too bad today, because I need to get there as fast as possible, safely, so that way I can hopefully get a parking spot. But other than that, I'm going to roll across the street to the Loves here as soon as my 10 hours is over, top off on fuel, get some coffee, probably grab a little something for breakfast, and get on the road.
what's up, you guys? So we have definitely hit the heavier patch of bad weather. A lot of lightning, heavier rain, and traffic seems to be moving along pretty smoothly though, so that's good. I checked the status of the truck stop where I'm going to be parking for my 34-hour reset, and it still shows that, woo, that was big. Still shows that there is some parking available, just in case for whatever reason the reserved parking doesn't work out, but I still have a good 3 or 4 hours until I get there, It's almost noon, and GPS says I should get there around 3:45 p.m. So we will see. We're gonna keep trucking along. What is up, you guys? I am here at the truck stop, the Pilot in Hagerstown, Maryland. I actually made it here almost 2 hours ago, and I've just been doing a little bit of cleaning up and stuff in my truck, and I need to go do laundry and take a shower, and I was just trying to get my stuff put together, but wanted to give you guys, like I mentioned at the very beginning, kind of like a real world, behind the scenes, kind of in the life of over the road trucker. I am officially on my 34-hour reset. I just started it, and this is typically what I get done at the beginning. I try to knock out like any chores and things that need to get done, such as getting clothes washed, you know, taking my shower. I'll go ahead and tidy up the truck a little bit, go through any paperwork that I need to do. I try to get all that stuff done so that way I can just like relax and chill the next day. Pretty much just binge watch TV, eat some good comfort food, and just really relax and do nothing but relax. So that way when I start my new week, I'm 100% refreshed. So I hope this turns out okay. I've got the camera on my chest. I got some new equipment delivered to the terminal that I picked up on Friday, and I'm trying to use some of it, get used to it, see how it works. So this is supposed to be kind of like a first person setup, and hopefully it turns out okay. Hopefully you guys like it. So got my trash. We're gonna take our trash out and go inside and see if we hopefully can get a washer machine. I know I've been here before, and I think they only have 2 sets. So if we can't get one now, we'll just wait until later tonight and do it once everybody's back in their trucks. So, but normally I only have to do 1 load. I don't let it get so full that I need to do 2. Alright, so we got that, got my keys, got my wallet. Oh, that's what I need. It'd help if I had my toiletry bag and stuff. I need that. All right. So, that's my favorite one, y'all, if you can see it. Ultra Blue Hawaiian. On my first night of the 34-hour reset, I'm like a teenage boy. I like to stay up really late and play games on my iPad, doom scroll on TikTok, and binge watch my shows on Netflix. This is a no judgment zone, okay? So be nice. See if I can get my trash to fit in this trash can. I hate touching these things. Looks like the guy just put new bags in them. Make sure the truck is locked. One good thing about Volvo, you would think that most of these newer trucks would come with a key fob that you can lock the truck with, but from what I can tell, unless I'm not seeing them, it looks like most of them you have to manually lock it with a key, which I think is crazy for 2026, 2027. This is a 2023 Volvo, and it has the automatic locking key fob and all that stuff. I mean, I know Volvos are a little bit nicer. Like, I guess they're considered higher end or whatever, but I don't know. This Pilot, it's not bad. The parking's a little weird. It's definitely not one of my favorites. There you go. That girl right there that y'all can hear, I don't know if you can hear or not. She is like there. She's the one that goes around and checks to make sure that people are. Yeah, see, they're all taken. Son of a biscuit. We're gonna have to wait. All right, y'all. Let's see. I'm gonna have to take a shower first, I guess. We'll come back and do laundry afterwards. So let me see if my shower went through. All right, we'll be back in a sec. Got done with the shower. Still need to wash clothes. This shower was not bad. Like I said, this is one of the okay Pilots. The lady that runs it, she's been here every time I've been here, and she's pretty cool, but she's fierce, man. She don't put up with no crap. I will tell you right now, if you're parked in a spot where you're not supposed to be, she will not hesitate to tow you. But she's also cool as far as helping out drivers for other things. So, but yeah, I feel so much better. I wasn't able to start on my clothes because they were both full, so we're gonna go check it out real quick and see if they're empty. If not, we'll just try again later tonight. That's probably what'll end up having to happen, which is fine. Ain't got nothing else going on. Just gotta make sure I got all my stuff. This is a part of the routine every day. This is the life. Gotta take it all out and put it all away. Alright, let's go see if these washing machines are open, y'all. Make sure I didn't forget anything. Alright, brother, have a good night, man. Oh man, that was a blonde moment.
$0.63 a day to feed a hungry animal. For every minute that goes by, it's a minute that you eat.
Got the wash going. We'll go put this stuff up. I don't know. Let's go put this stuff up and then we'll come back inside. So yeah, you guys, that's kind of how my 34 starts. Nothing crazy. I always get a shower first. Usually get my laundry going. Once my laundry is done, I get it back to the truck, throw on a TV show, fold everything, get it put away. And then I usually either make dinner or I'll order DoorDash. Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning. And I just woke up about 20 minutes ago.
and I need coffee in a bad way. I had a Keurig in my truck and it stopped working about 2 weeks ago, and I was gonna get another one when I went home, but I forgot. So truck stop coffee it is. Not a big deal when I'm at Love's because I get free coffee because I'm a Diamond lifetime member. But when I'm at Publix, oh my god, I can't even talk. Pilot, I gotta pay for it, so it's whatever. Let's walk in here real quick. Okay. I think I'm gonna do their I like to get the house blend. Large. Pilot House Reserve. Leave room for cream. So today I don't plan on really doing anything except for cleaning out the inside of my truck a little bit. I normally take all the floor mats out, wipe them all down, vacuum up underneath everything, and just kind of dust a little bit. But other than that, I don't plan on doing anything. I flew the drone last night. That was actually a lot of fun. I haven't flown this one in a while, and I wanted to see how far it would go. And I think I flew it almost about a mile, maybe a little bit further away, before it scared me and I turned it around. I think I could have gone farther, but I was like, you know what, if this thing loses control, I'm cooked. I don't know how I would get it back. It has a return to home thing on it, so it probably would have done it on its own. But I chickened out. Let's see. Talked to the wife last night a little bit before I went to bed. We were talking about so I hadn't really mentioned this yet on video, but I've been looking at different companies to go to with my own truck. And I've been looking at new trucks. I've been looking at used trucks too, but probably more new than anything. And Lone Mountain leasing. And I really was thinking about going to Landstar. And then I checked out Mercer. I just don't know if Landstar is truly what it used to be. From what I could tell, their fleet size has actually almost been cut in half from what it was back when I first started driving in 15. I think they said that at one point they had like 13,000 drivers almost, and now they're down to about 7,400, I think is what it said when I read it online. So yeah. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I was looking at them. I was also looking at Mercer. and JB Hunt. They have their own load board that you can book all your own loads on. And there was one more. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Well, of course, Bruce Oakley, which I think is an awesome company if you want to do a little bit more of a niche, like, you know, specialized. They pretty much do just dry bulk for the most part. And it looks like a majority of people get their trucks used from Aero truck sales. But I don't really like any of the trucks that Aero truck sales has, for one, and two, they all have like 400,000 miles on them or more. And I just feel like if I'm gonna put $15,000 to $20,000 down on a truck, why in the world would I get one with that many miles on it that's pretty much just done? These trucks, I don't think, with the type of drivers that have been in them here in the last 4 or 5 years, maintain these trucks in a way that makes me feel comfortable. And it's not on all the way. You know, and even with, you know, buying their NTP extended warranty, which I haven't heard really good things about, but even with the warranty, dude, that's a lot of downtime. Yeah, I know a brand new truck can have issues, but it's a heck of a lot less likely to. Yeah, that's good. Alright, let's go check out. Man, that sounds good. Good morning, Patty.
Good morning. How are ya?
I'm fabulous. How are you doing today?
Alrighty.